Welcome back to my channel. If you are just joining us, please make sure you are on the correct part. Today we are reading part 21. If that's not where you are at, please find where you actually are. If you are on the correct part, we're going to go ahead and do a quick review. Today we're not going to read 2 chapters like we usually do. The 2 chapters that are next in our book, the second chapter is really long. So we're going to listen to that tomorrow. So today's going to be kind of short because tomorrow is going to be a little long. So last week we read 3 chapters. They were called Runaway, Malaria from Watermelons, and When You Gotta Go, You Gotta Go. So Runaway was about Amy Ann running away from home. Her mom picked her up, and they had a conversation, and eventually Amy Ann came back to home. Her sisters apologized. Her parents asked her if they could do anything to help her fix the papers that her little sisters had shredded up. And Amy Ann came up with a plan to have her mom make up a lot of copies of the consideration forms, or reconsideration forms, and she was going to have kids at school help her out tomorrow, which is where Malaria from Watermelons came from. So in this chapter, some 3rd grade girl comes into the bathroom, which is where Amy Ann is hiding out in for the day. She's playing hooky from school at school, which means she's hanging out in the bathroom all day to be able to get these reconsideration forms filled out from other students. Anyway, this girl comes into the bathroom, and she doesn't know what to fill out Little House on the Prairie for, like why they should have that book banned. So Amy Ann comes up with a reason where it says that in that book, one of the characters in the book dies from malaria, except for they didn't know where it came from, and they thought it came from fruit. So it was kind of a scary book to read, saying that could make a kid think you get malaria from watermelons, which is not how you get malaria. So they were just talking about different ways that they could ban books and what they could ban them for. And then the next one, When You Gotta Go, You Gotta Go, is about all of the kids that are coming to the girls' bathroom and the boys' bathroom during the day to fill out these forms. In this chapter, Principal Banana actually comes in here because the girls' bathroom is like overflowing with girls, so obviously something's going on in there. And they were all quick to think and quick to lie to Principal Banana and say that they're just using the restroom. So they've all had passes to go to the bathroom, so they're not in trouble for that. Principal Banana is just thinking that something is going on because there's so many kids coming in and out of the bathroom, like constantly all day. So that's where we stopped last time, and we're going to read just 1 chapter today, and this chapter is called Good Intentions, and we're going to start that right now. Good Intentions. When Trey, Rebecca, and Danny and I met up after school, we had so many requests for reconsideration forms, we had to split them up between us to get them home. There must be 5,000 banned books here. Easy, Trey said. Count them up tonight. I want to know, Rebecca said. Dude, the library looks like a tornado hit it, Danny said. There's hardly anything left in the fiction section. It was crazy. The 4 of us had only been able to fill out 500 forms in 4 days. In 1 day, with the help of all the other kids at school, we'd blown the roof off that number. We were going to be plunking down a 3-foot-tall stack of requests for reconsideration forms in front of the school board members. Mrs. Spencer wasn't going to know what hit her. So we're all going to be there tonight, right? I asked. We made sure everyone had a ride and said our goodbyes until tonight. Even though I carried 10 pounds of paper in my backpack, I felt like I was walking on air as I made my way down to the 2nd grade hall to meet up with Alexis. She usually took the bus home, while I took the late bus, but all that was over now that my parents had figured out I wasn't really staying behind to be part of an after-school club. I was going to have to start taking the early bus with Alexis, but that was next week. This week, Mom and Dad were taking turns picking us up from school. Alexis was on the little kids' playground, climbing around on the monkey bars. I hadn't been out here since I was little, and everything was different. All the old junky equipment had been replaced by new stuff. It was like a playground city. New swings, 2 new slides, 1 double wide, a curly cue to climb up and a pole to slide down, monkey bars to swing across, and a little gazebo-like thing with a spinning tic-tac-toe game on it. There were even these little speaking tubes sticking up out of the ground. You could talk into one side and hear it across the playground, and covering the old hard dirt ground that used to turn to mud when it rained was a thick layer of chopped up rubber pieces. It squished when you walked on it. The new playground was pretty great. I wished we'd had it when I was in 2nd grade. I read the sign next to the entrance. Donated in memory of Mrs. Emily Briggs by the Shelburne Elementary PTA. Mrs. Sarah Spencer, President. Mrs. Sarah Spencer, Trey's mom. The book banner. She'd raised money for a new lower school playground as president of the Parent-Teacher Association. I stood and stared at that sign for a long time. How was the woman who banned books from the library the same person who bought the little kids a new playground? Dad pulled up and honked the horn. I waved to him and yelled, "Alexis, Dad's here." Alexis ran up, red-faced. "Cool playground," I said. "It's the best playground ever," she said. "Got your book bag?" I reminded her. She found it, and we climbed into Dad's truck. I stared out the window at the shiny new playground equipment as we pulled away. Donated by the Shelburne Elementary PTA, Mrs. Sarah Spencer, President. It had been so easy to think of Mrs. Spencer as a villain, but coming up with all those reasons to ban books had made me start to see things from her point of view. It didn't mean I thought she was right, but I was beginning to see how she must have thought she was doing something good for us, even though she was wrong.
Hey guys, thanks for checking in and watching and listening to the book as we go on. Make sure that you're washing your hands and staying safe and staying clean during this time, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye.